Hello everyone, this is Adik back again with another live stream. So in the previous live stream, we were facing some issues with rendering of PG file. So I tried to figure it out why we are having this. I just wanted to check my live stream. Everything's good. Please. And yes, so let's get started. So in the last video, we were having some issue rendering this logo, this assets. Basically, this is an SVG, and what I was trying to do is convert this SVG into a component using SVGR. Like you just go SVGR playground, you just paste your SVG file, SVG codes, and this will give you a component. So that's how I was trying to render it over here, but we were facing some issue. The problem is actually with the package that we have installed called to remove this. Okay, so ordered it. And yeah, I think everything's good. So basically, when I try to convert this SVG file to this SVG file to the component, we required one package called reactnative SVG, and there was some problem with this. I tried to reinstall it, and after that, it started working fine. So now what we are going to do is, in the last live stream, we have already created one component called a button. Just exporting it. So one more thing I would like to add to this button is icon, because if you just go to our here, you'll have to see that we are having this icon as well. So we will add that, and to add that icon, first of all, let's just import the icon. I'm just going to pass the icon from props. So I have a google.js, and for the google.js icon, I'm just going to grab the SVG of this icon, copy SVG, and paste it, and this is going to be converted as a component to paste it. There might be some other ways to render the SVG, and actually there are definitely some other ways, but I prefer to use this way. This way you can just customize it as well, and have icon over here as well. Icon, and now we're just going to export this Google icon from here. Export from default. So we will now render this button first. I have another view because and need to have a button, and we need to pass the label. By default, we have also assigned the label to this, and you can just write it as copy this uh, render. This will give the whoever is going to use this component, this will give instructions like this is a default prop. And over here, we're just going to have sign up with Google. And here you will have to see that. And for the okay, and we need to add one image as well over here. Let me first the logo at the center. To put the logo at the center, we're just going to have a different view. I'm just going to give it a style called styles dot logo container, and have over here have logo container, which is going to have justify content and align center as well. So we'll put the logo over here, but our logo has also some spacing. I think padding from the top. So just need to 48. Just add some padding. And over here we have to see this. This is the logo. And apart from that, we require this image to be rendered on the screen. This image, I have exported this image as a PNG, so that I can just display it over here. It have source. We're just going to require this sets and start. Great. So we're having this image. Um, we can pass some stylings to that image so that we can put it at the center. Right now it is not at aligning it properly, so main image container we can pass this. I have already written it in this previous live streaming. I got disconnected. I actually stopped the streaming because I was facing with some issue with this SVG. Main image container files, and this will put it. And same way we have this button container as well. File dot start container. And now we are having this spacing as well. So for as of now, we are not adding any logic to this button, right? Like what is going to happen, we pass on press. So we're just going to stick right now. We're just going to display the UI, and yeah, for icon, I need to pass one icon, and icon is going to icon. So I'm just passing this as as a component over here at the button. When we are going to have an icon, then we just render it. See, so as of now it is having this direction, a flex direction as column, which is by default. But for the button container we can flex direction. Oh yeah, and buying item is already at the center, so this should be perfectly fine. If we want to pass some any other stylings, we can definitely do that. And I can okay. And similarly, we need to create one more button. I don't know why this is also displaying sign up with Google. Let me just pass the label. Um, Sign up with Facebook. Right, and we need to get this Facebook icon as well. We just select this one group. Yep, this icon. Need to grab the SVG. Just going to convert this as a component as well. Wait, I just need to import it. And yes, so inside this onboarding, we can have book icon. Save it. And it did not appear. I don't know why. It should appear over here. Button is coming from Lino. Yeah, the components it is coming, but I can refresh it or what? Reload the application. There might be some problem with this. Oh, I need to change the color of this button. So for the container, I'm just going to convert the background color to, see, yeah. And for the text color as well, I might have defined for the text. Oh, okay. So I need to define for the label as well. Style dot label. Just style. Just that way I can just update the. I mean, override the existing colors and stuff of this text as well. Just go over here and we can label. This is going to have color as, I think this is so should be white, I guess. Yep. Can pass some margin top. And there is no border. I think there is no border over here. So for this one, there is no border. I can change the color of the border to two way we can address this issue. One is I can either change the color of the border to the same color, or I can just remove it, but somehow border none was not working. So I'm just going to replace it with this color. That will also do the job. Yeah. So, and at last we need to put this text, and after this text we have this button again. So do we need to create a separate button for this, or we can just remove the styling? Oh, but the one problem is that we have defined main width and main height to this button, so we won't be able to use it over here. Or we can just create a button type and then do the stuff. To put margin top instead of margin top, I'm just going to have vertical and so that I can just put here the text over here that will the text is going to be already a tipsy user, and need to pass the login in a different React Native, I guess, to import it from React Native. Yeah, and inside the touchable opacity, we are going to have text login, and we'll update the color of this login as well. And there's going to be a text align at the center. But what I'm thinking of is have it over here. Dot login container, and you just put it over here, and just going to have flex direction as row, justify content center, lying item at the center as well. Yeah, I think I should put and question mark over here and some spacing. And for the login text, we can have login text. Sorry. In text, and the colors is going to, or I can just use the travel text. Will work. But anyway, I need to put some styling in that login text, I guess. Mm, mm, 40 and font weight. Okay. Size 8, 7. Yes. Yeah. And over here, what I'm going to do is let's have style. We are going to have style start travel text. Uh, start login text as well. So I'm just trying to combine both of the styles. Hopefully this will do the job. I'm taking the travel from travel text. This is going to give a color, and we have a separate styling for this one. I might not. We could have used, but it has 400. So yeah, this is how we are apt to do it. But I think as per the UI, we need to put it at the at the bottom of the screen, and or there might be some chances like measurement is not appropriate because like it'll the design is not finalized yet. So and we can have also used this button at this button by just passing different variant. let it be as of now. We can with this one. Why? What's to feel hate about it? Inner this one. Hmm. I can just use if area views container is already having this flex one. Style container and okay, one thing I can just like have justify content base. I think it looks good now. This buttons were not at the proper position, but now it is completely fine. We can stick with this one. And so our onboarding screen is ready. And yeah, so next screen is basically we have this first screen. This is we can say as is a dashboard or something. So what we can do is like inside the app.js of now we were having this initial route name where we can put it onboarding, but we can define some other routes to render the this one as well. And there are things like on the screen we need to put this tab as well. We just try to run it. Okay, so this I don't know why this is not appearing over here. We have this material tab at the bottom, so bottom material tab we will use from it to React navigation. But uh, before we start, we are going to take a short break, and after that we will continue on this same stream. So yeah.
None of them boy, they no bad. Bad pants in power, do some archbishop. Them no bad. School them from me in a Turkish. Them no bad. Cool, cool, they with me racist. Drop, if I can't beat up, no fast enough for my bab. That you never saw. Send for the brand, yes, be a fire song. Cause I tell you, my bomb. Ready for the war. Better with your none of them boy, they no bad. When me walk, left a mark, young gog on a regular. Me say them hardly ready. Them a new type of artillery. We a boss and a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue I hit you with an airstrike. They not bad like me air nights. It's a rare sight, yeah. Steady aim with precision, the vision with a clear sight. Better go get your affairs right. Them boy, they no none of them boy, they no bad. Road back, live with my walk. Live with mark, them no bad. On a regular, me see them hard, they no bad. Me a new type of artillery. We a bust, and a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue, you with the airstrike, they no bad. Me every night, no bad, clear sight. Steady aim, they no bad. And it's the vision, we like clear sight. Better to get your fit, them boy, they no bad. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go, finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest, echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and I just wish he knew. just wish he knew. Up all night by myself, trying to think of ways to you. Your voice stuck in my brain, we never got to see it through. And I know I feel more pain if we're speaking truth. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know. Looking back at our time, hoping that we did it right. And give me any reason to call you up late at night. And we know it's for the best.
Yes, so we can continue building our application. So as of now, we are able to create this one, this onboarding screen, and we are going to move forward. We are going to have our second screen, which is going to be screen, and the name of the screen is going to be maybe dashboard. And I'm just going to create one directory over here called dashboard. We are going to have file index dot, sorry, I'm just going to stick with the dashboard.js and rnfe. And now inside the screen over here, so we're just going to have component, and this will be dashboard. Just going to import it. Uh, when you're going to just press it over here, go over here and press Control spacebar. This will automatically import it. Yeah. Now inside the dashboard, first of all, I'm just going to change the on initial route to dashboard. Yeah. And once we have refresh our application, we have to get our dashboard. So let's just see what are the things that are required for our dashboard. So first of all, we need this tab navigator, and for this one, I think we are going to need to create one more uh, tab navigator component, and we need to install the tab navigator as well. So let's just go to React navigation. To the React navigation, we are going to first of all read some documentation, and we'll see like uh, right tab navigator. An example. Before continuing, first install bottom tab navigator. Okay, so this one is I think for the bottom tab navigator. Okay, so we will install this one using yarn react native bottom tabs. Just going to have it over here. So in my different terminal, I'm just going to install this here, paste it over here, and this is going to install the bottom tab navigator. And for the bottom tab navigator, we're just going to have, I call it bottom tab navigator because we are going to have one top top tab navigator. We can say we are going to require that as well. So I'm just going to stick with the bottom tab, and to use this bottom tab, put it over here. So we're just going to need a navigation content which we already defined. So inside that, we're just going to have tab navigator and these two things. So just copy this and paste it over here, tab navigator, and we need to import, define the tab, create tab, from where we are going to import it. Yeah, create bottom tab on the job. Okay, create bottom tab navigator. So we have this tab navigator tab, and what we are going to do now is but we need to define the home screen and the setting screens as well. So as of now, if you just go to our application, we have several different screens, right? We have around five screens, uh, but are we going to require all the screens? Let's have all the screens, and well, let's see. We're just going to have four screens. So const first screen is I think home. Home screen. And this is going to be view text home screen. Similarly, we are going to define other screens as well. Just need to change the name. We will refactor this code for sure. I'm just for now I'm just going to do it like this. The second screen is I think this one is for category, I guess. Category. Then this is for taskbar. I'm It's going to, okay, user, maybe explore, and so this one we need to figure out. And we are not going to require this card. We will just stick with the four category, explore, and profile. We'll stick with that category, explore, and profile screen. Let's just rename it explore and file screen. And we're just going to define these screens over here. Like we have already defined the home screen. Second is the category. I just want to have it home as an lowercase because that's how we are following right now. And let's have category screen dot name category explore component name. And then we are also going to have dot name and profile. We're just going to call this component as profile screen. And yeah, so we have defined all these four screens, and now what we need to do is just pass this over here, this bottom tab to okay, we could have just used the dashboard over here in our first tab instead of making a different home screen. Just stick with the dashboard over here, call it dashboard, and we can remove it. So now instead of having this dashboard, we can call this the bottom tab. Let's see if we have to get anything. Okay, so we are having this dashboard category explore and profile. We need to put some icons on this one. That's the reason it is just this might be the default icon. And we are having this two tab, and reason for that is one is coming from this stack navigator, and second one is coming from the tab navigator, I guess. So to remove that, we can have over here option. We can header on as false. So that way we will have the only one, and we can just go to category, explore, and profile screen as well. And the thing is that on the dashboard screen, if we just go to the home screen, we are having this travel guide and trip memories. Okay, and first of all we just need to display render this one, this title and the subtitle and this search icon. Let's just try to do that at the dashboard. Do we need to define this as a dashboard, or we are going to stick outside? I think inside the dashboard would make more sense, so that we can just click on set. We can use the set options prop navigation dot set options, and that's how we will pass our custom navigation header. So that will make sense. Let's try for the set with set options, navigation dot set options title update. And so this is how we can do that. One way, this is just a, like we can pass our options in our navigator, but I just want to separate this to the particular screen. But if we are going to require this in all the other screens, all the other, like we require this in home category. Okay, this is the home screen actually. This is category screen. We are going to focus on the home screen first. So sorry for that. And we are just going to create this home screen first of all. So for the home screen, we don't have the header. Uh, so we have already removed the stack header, and over here also we need to pass the head on false. So that way we can remove the header for this screen, but it will still available in some other screens. And if we want to remove the header for all of the screens, we can just pass the options to mm, this navigator, and inside that we can pass options as headers on false. And that way, like for all the tabs that we have, headers on will be false. So for now, mm, we need to export this image first of all. Uh, Later on, we are going to get this image from the API. We will use Fireways for our backend. We'll figure out something here. But for now, we just stick with this one. Let's just export this as a PNG. Add this image, not the whole thing, and export this rectangle image. Save it. I just want to rename it first, and you can call it banner. Copy. Inside the assets, we are going to tell, we just paste it item. So this is the banner screen. So let's go to our home's dashboard first, and have a safe area view, and then I'm going to have image background on React Native. Yeah. With this, I think I need to define something to it. 400. Wait. Yeah, so this is how it appears right now. But let me check for if there is any props available for the image background. I haven't used this. And in the image background, image style, we have image ref and style. Okay, so image styles is, what are the image styles? Image resize mode, image border. So this is basically just a style, the way we pass. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. This is cover, contain, and stretch. So we will stick with contain. This one, guys. Anyway, we just for the width part, so you dimensions API for that. Start it, and I'm just going to extract the width and height of the windows. rename it to window width, height, width. So we are able to get the complete width, and for the size, for the height, I just refer this one, and height we are going to have how much? 457 pixel. Here as well we can have height from the dimension API, so that if sub devices, uh, if we are going to use it on the some smaller devices, we will calculate it using the dimension API, and then render it accordingly. So I'm just going to stick with 0 0.6, which basically means we are going to render for the 60% of the screen. Yeah, might be 50. Yeah, so let's just stick with the 50% of the screen, and then and then we need to create this one, these titles, and we also need to require this logo. We already have this no, but we have this one, but not the complete one. Logo, we can create our custom, because we have used this as an what do you say, like as a component. We have used a SVG logo as a component, so we will change the color, and by passing the props, and that will work. So just have view, and this view is going to have logo, this for now. And yeah, so this is the logo, and we need to update the color of this logo. So to update the color, we're going to have the logo dot default styling. Default props, and have the logo as there's too many of them. 4 colors, and okay, turn, because we're going to pass some of the properties. So we are going to have a variant. So const export const logo variant going to be, if we are going to have dark, and there is one going to be default. Yeah, and we will map this, create a mapper, so that we can just wrap this mapped stuff. Yeah, so have const logo colors, and if you just have going to be with the dark one, Then we'll just have all the colors as something, I don't know what. And if we're just going to have default, we are going to define different colors. Stop one. So this this is I'm just doing this just to make it reusable, and so that later on, if we are going to require this logo at a different screen, and that way we will just use it the variant, and that will work. And we will also get to learn this stuff if you want to. Color stop 3. There's 6 of them, I guess. I don't know. This is the best way to do it, but I like it, so I'm going to stick with this one. And if we just have this dark, then what is the dark color of this dark? Back C 000. Okay, got it. We are going to have this. Maybe this will work. If it doesn't, then I don't know. Logo color dot. Not variant. This one. So similarly, we're just going to pass this for top 3. Four. Oh, 5. This is only 5. This is supposed to be 6. 4, 2, 6. Yeah, I made a mistake somewhere, I think. 1, 2. Oh, okay. And, this 3. So by default, I'm going to have the variant as Now if we just try to do this in our component dashboard, and we just have this uh, variant, what happens? Yeah, we have to get the darker one, and we're just going to have one text over here which is going to call get this logo. See, sorry, this text, and we need to define something, some stylings to this text as well. Just define the style I'll see dot create, and we're just going to have logo text. So I think this is going to have a font weight of something, font weight of 800, and size of 15, size 15. I'm just going to stick with the 14. And styles dot logo text, style dot style logo container, and just going to add some padding, I guess. We require some padding. Yeah, so do that padding. Yep, have 50. Padding top, and going to have flex direction as row, justify content, buying item only center, where justify link. Yeah, and I think I need to make some more changes inside the logo so that we can resize it. Since we have used the component, then we can do that, but if you have used directly SVG, then there's no way to manipulate the SVG directly, SVG code directly on in React Native at least. So to do that, we have this logo, and over here, we can define one size, but has a height and width of 41, 33. Can I change it from the outside? You just see. I think I'm going to stay with this only. I don't want to I'm okay with. Then we have this text, and this search and as search bar as well. So at the bottom of the, okay, so we're just going to have another view, and we will pass the styling as face around, so that this view will go to the next at the bottom, and this will be at the top, and we are not going to define more than this view. These two are the only view that is going to be inside it. So let's just have text, and we are going to build memories, and then we can have this for another. inside that, this is another view. Inside that, we are going to have this search icon and this text as well. Find it inside it. Now let's see. So this is over here, that which was expected, and into file dot else dot thing and colors, which not heading white, and we're going to have font weight of 700 and size of 20. So font size, font weight is the we require some padding from both the sides, which I'm going to put it over here as not start. We are going to have padding horizontal and maybe 15. See, oh, it's 20. Don't care about this thing. And now we need to put it at the bottom of the screen. Let's pass this pin. Yeah, this works. And now inside here, we're just going to create this text. Have styles dot search container. Going to copy this over here. Background color, white, and let's have height and width, which is height is 48 and width we will define using dimension API. So height is 48. And border radius is going to be, it is not showing the border radius. Okay, not this one, this rectangle. We'll go border radius of 600 pixel. Okay. I don't think this will work. Oh, okay, this will work. I thought this is not going to. This is going to make more rounded. Yeah. So over here, we're gonna require to put one icon over here, and I think later on we are going to require this text input at some other places as well. So we will, let's just create it first, and later on we will create a separate component for this one as well. And this icon, we can have this similar icon on as we are using expo. We can have it from vector icons, import weather as, so we can just put it over here, and name of the icon, search color. We are going to have, we might need to require to separate the colors in different file, which is a good practice. we will do that. Or one other way we can define the, what do you say, like theme, and that way we just render it up. Oh, just save it. Let's see. Okay, so icon is way too small. Need to pass size of 20. 20. And inside the search container, we need to find enter direct go. And it also required some padding. Okay, and where you want this is basically a placeholder, I guess. So from React Native, you have this as where you want to go. And define on styling. Have color is similar one. We'll separate this color later on. Just going to stick. There might be some way of changing the color of this placeholder as well, but we'll figure it out. Margin left 4. Font weight 700. And get a way to change text color. Yeah, but placeholder text color, and we're just going to pass this color. Yeah, so now this looks good. And the second view, the heading container that we have, we need to add some margin from the bottom. We can have padding bottom 20. Yes, and we also required some spacing between both of these, like heading text and so heading text we just have padding vertical. And that one. So one more thing that is bit difficult to implement, I think, or easy, I don't know, but mostly I usually find it difficult to just render this bloodiness over here. You can see that we have this fading there, so we'll try to add that. So I'm going to stop here, and this is it for this stream, and we are going to move forward in the next stream. We need to add icons to this, which I forgot. I think I should have added this at the start, but anyway, I got involved in displaying this thing. So anyway, we will continue this in the next stream. So if you like the video, and if you like the video, consider subscribing and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of the notifications. If you like, thank you for watching.